You are more dangerous than what you actually think. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you are more dangerous than what you actually think. Now, I need somebody to drop in the comments the famous quote, I'm dangerous. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm dangerous. Now, the reason why I make this video is for confirmation to those who already know who they are. That's number one. Secondly, for those who are trying to figure out who they are. Thirdly, for those who know that they're special, they know that they're great, they know that they're powerful and dangerous, right? But they don't know exactly what it is that make them powerful, what it is that make them special or dangerous. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? And so, in this video, y'all, I want to disclose to you what it is that makes you more dangerous than what you actually think. You ever been looking outside your window and you seen that the sun was out, but maybe you were deceived because the prior 2-3 days or maybe week, it was cold or maybe it was cool. So you say, the sun out, but you know, it ain't really nothing like that. And so you still put on some long pants, some long socks, maybe a long sleeve shirt, maybe a hoodie, right? And when you walk outside, you're like, hey, it's a little hotter than what I expected, right? It's a little too hot. And so that's you. You know, you're dangerous, but you're more dangerous than what you expect. You're more dangerous than what you even think, all right? And so when you are around a bunch of energy vampires and energy drainers and those who don't want you to know how powerful and dangerous you are, they're going to always sell you a pipe dream. They're going to always sell you some BS. They're going to always tell you about your untrue self. Let me say that once again, y'all. Your untrue self. They sold you a lie. But what happens when you buy the truth? You realize how dangerous you are, right? And so they will always hide the truth away from you. They'll always hide your lineage away from you. They'll always hide the Bible away from you, powerful books away from you, the right people you need to be listening to away from you, because they don't want you to get that wake-up call, right? But I need y'all to drop in the comments and say I'm woke now. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say I'm woke now. And I ain't talking about the fake woke, y'all. People who always want to be deep and they don't be saying nothing. People who always want to act like they're extra conscious, but they still sleep. I ain't talking about those people. I'm talking about those who are really opening up to self-realization and becoming more aware of self. All right? That's what I'm talking about. More aware of self and opening up to self-realization. But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get directly into this video. All right? But before we do so, y'all make sure y'all leave the thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all, but y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post, okay? And so, just for those who be wanting to know what Reno got going on, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know, y'all. I haven't ate nothing yet, but I'm going to eat me a big breakfast once I get done with this video, y'all. I'm going to have some cheese eggs, some grits, some banana and blueberry pancakes, and some turkey bacon, y'all. I ain't doing the pork today, but you know, yeah, y'all, that's what we're gonna do today. And after that, going to my martial arts, do jujitsu and Muay Thai. So just had to throw that in there real quick for those who be wanting to know what your boy got going on. But I also want to know what y'all got going on. So y'all drop in the comments and, you know, share what y'all got going on for today. But I'm sending nothing but love, peace, and prosperity, and of course, happiness to the family. We are in front of the legendary couch, and y'all know anything and everything I say is gonna be legendary within this video. All right, let's get right into it, y'all. The first thing that makes you more dangerous than what you think is this right here. You bring people together, right? You bring people together. Have you ever been that person? Matter of fact, I know that you are that person who people run away from. It's almost like you scare people away. Relationships, family, yeah, I know, friends, right? People oftentimes accuse you of things. People oftentimes run away from you. They can't sit still when they are around you. They have to discredit you. If you're that person, drop in the comments and let me know. But I'm about to tell you why they do this. It's because you bring people together. All right? You bring people together. So this means that you have the ability to bring peace about in the midst of chaos. What you are is water. You're water. And water puts out any fire, right? Unless it's a grease fire, then you have to smother it. But for the most part, y'all, where there's no grease in the fire, water is gonna put it out. That's who you are. You're very peaceful is what I'm saying. Why you think Martin Luther King was so hated? Because he was peaceful. I'm gonna get my point across, but I'm not being evil about it or violent about it, right? I'm peaceful. And when you are peaceful, you can bring peace in the midst of chaos. That's why I tell y'all all the time, y'all, love conquers hate. That's a fact. Love conquers hate. And so when you think about the higher ups, I'm not just only talking about prime ministers, leaders, governments, those who have created propaganda. I'm not just only talking about those individuals. I'm talking about the beings that control them, the things that the eyes can't see. That's what I'm talking about. Demons, things that are inside of them, spirits that cause them to run a corrupted world. Rena, what are you saying right now? See, from the level of your family, at your job, in your relationship, to even in the United States of America, the Dubai, wherever country we talking about, y'all, the same thing remains there. People don't want unity. And that's what you stand for. That's who you are. You are the glue that keep things together. So when people get around you, they automatically know that this is for the long haul. They serious. You know what? Let me go over here, dog. Let me go about my business, right? It's because you have the ability to bring people together. I was watching the Bob Marley movie, y'all. I think that movie came out last year or maybe 2 years ago. But when I was watching the Bob Marley movie, at the end of the movie, it showed that he had brought two leaders together. I don't know if it was two leaders inside the same country or two leaders from different countries, but he brought political leaders together who were practically beefing, right? But through his music, he was able to do that. And I believe that, that's part of the reason why he was, I would consider, assassinated. Because he was a great singer, y'all. We all know that. King Bob Marley, y'all. We know. But what I'm saying is that when you are that powerful, that's a quick way to get yourself up out of here. Bringing people together. Although we live in the United States, they have never been about unity. It's us against them. Them against us. We against them. Cat Williams said it the best, y'all. Right? In his comedy special, I want to say every day we hustling. I think it was called Hustling. But the point is, y'all, is that when you bring people together, that makes you dangerous. Everybody don't have that, right? The enemy want things on this earth to be divided, confused, no understanding, right? Lack of compassion. But when you have that ability about yourself, you're going to bring people together. You're the glue. And that's why people have to get away from you. That's why people have to discredit you. That's why people have to accuse you. They got to frame you because you have the ability to bring people together. And we all know that there are strength in numbers. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Drop in the comments and let me know. Number 2, another major factor. You are emotionally unavailable. You are emotionally unavailable. Now, this right here is going to be very contradictory, I know. Reno, I thought a man's supposed to be emotionally available for me. Reno, I thought she was supposed to be emotional available for me, bro. What's going on? I got you. Let me explain this, y'all. You are supposed to be emotionally available for the right people, not emotionally available for the wrong people. Let me peel back that onion peel back that layer on the onion. What that means is, y'all, is that those who are out to get you, out to drain you, out to take from you, out to hurt you, harm you, out to take from you, out to, do anything that's heinous towards you, you should not be emotionally available for them. You know why? Because anything you cannot walk away from becomes a liability. Anything that you are emotionally tied to becomes a stressful factor in your life. So when you put that guard up, like the Bible says, protect your heart, for everything springs out of it. When you place that guard up, then you're actually protecting not only your heart, but your assets. Because he says that everything in your heart, everything springs out of your heart. That's why you must guard it. So I'm not mad at any man or woman who is emotionally unavailable for the wrong people. You should not be in a relationship if you're going to be emotionally unavailable, because that is doing yourself and the partner that you choose a disservice. If they're giving all of them, then you should give all of you, right? But outside of that, y'all, sticking to the meat and potatoes in this situation, you must be emotionally unavailable, and that is what makes you dangerous. Because, family, there's going to be people who are trying to deliberately hurt you and harm you. And I'm not even talking about physically. I'm talking about people who are going to say some of the worst things you ever heard a person say about you. And it's going to come from the same people who you helped out in a time of distraught, depression, a time when they needed somebody and you was the only one who held your hand out. Yeah, y'all, this is going to happen. And so you have to be emotionally unavailable for that. Sometimes even family, people who you date, friends, co-workers, because anything that you are emotionally tied to, it will affect you. And I'm talking about, y'all, it can start affecting your money. It can start affecting your living situation. It can affect your transportation. It can affect any resource or asset that you have had that has been working for you, moving the needle in your favor. It can affect that. You ever seen a person go through a breakup and then they stop wanting to eat? They don't want to watch TV. They don't want to go outside. They are becoming a complete potato, a vegetable inside this house, not doing nothing. That's because they were too emotionally available for that person or that thing. Their life became the relationship. You should have a life outside of the relationship. It doesn't mean that you're cheating. It doesn't mean that you're being evil. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything behind their back, sneaky. It does not mean that. It just means that you have not abandoned God's purpose for your life, and you have not abandoned who you are individually. Make sense? You are emotionally unavailable. That makes you dangerous because you can get up and walk away anytime. Third thing that makes you more dangerous than what you think: people walk on eggshells around you. Yes, I said it, y'all. People walk on eggshells around you. Reno, why would that be a good thing? Let me tell you. See, when people walk on eggshells around you, that means they have a certain respect for you. And I don't know about you, but Reno love him some respect. Yeah, Reno love him some respect. All right, and I get it. Respect is earned. That's why I respect other things and people who are around me. And I recommend you do the same thing. See, when people hear the thing, people walking on eggshells around you, you think I'm saying you're deliberately being obnoxious. You're deliberately saying things. You are deliberately being a dickhead. Excuse my language, y'all, but like I said, a dickhead. You are deliberately being a butthole, right? Just a straight up butthole. Listen, y'all, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when people walk on eggshells around you, it's because they're trying to be careful. right? Somebody drop that down below in the comments. Be careful with me. They are trying to be careful. They don't want to flare up the God in you. They don't want to flare up the positive energy in you. They don't want to. What they're basically saying in so many words is, your spirit is irritating my demons. Let me move careful around you. I don't want to expose who I really am. And I don't want to wake up a sleeping giant. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? So when people walk on eggshells around you, it's because they respect you. Think about it. Your daddy, your mama, your grandmama, your granddaddy. What did you do? You walked on eggshells around them folks. I ain't gonna talk about sex today. I ain't gonna drink no alcohol in front of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna do this around them. Why? Because you walking on eggshells. You know that even if you ain't living right, you need to have the right mentality around them, at least for the moment. That is a form of respect. When people watch what they say around you, when people watch how they walk around you, when people, honor you without even having to give you an award, that's respect. So they walk on eggshells around you, not because you are this intimidating person, but because your spirit is so righteous, and who you are as a person is so righteous. They don't even want to be around you with foolishness. That's like a smoker going to a table with non-smokers. You get what I'm saying, y'all? How can I come over here smoking and ain't nobody over here smoking? I'ma seem weird, right? But that's the point, y'all. Number 4, this right here is a powerful one. This makes you dangerous. Your adaptability skills are impeccable. Your adaptability skills are impeccable. Reno, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, y'all, you can go anywhere and survive and adapt. I'm going to say that once again, y'all. You can go anywhere and survive and adapt. See, some people don't have the ability to code switch. They be talking like corporate America in the streets. Go to the streets and talk like, I'm sorry, y'all. Go to corporate America and talk like the streets, right? You got to know how to code switch. You have to understand how to adapt to your surroundings. You got to know how to move, right? If you want to hang around millionaires, you need to talk his talk. You need to walk his walk. You need to look how he look. Not exactly, but you have to be in the range, in the dynamic of what they are used to. This is a part of adapting. Why would I talk like Run and Jun from up the street if I'm hanging around Barack Obama? Adapt. You have to adapt. If I was just watching the cruise ship thing, it's called Poop Cruise Trainwreck on Netflix. Another example of adaptability. Those people was on that boat and that ship, and they had to be on there for like days. And the boat started flooding with poop, doo-doo, y'all, and pee. But if you didn't know how to adapt, you would go crazy. I'm not saying that it wasn't the disaster that it was, right? Because people's safety was at risk. But you still have to know how to survive and adapt. Adaptability. And so this means you can go to the jungle and you come out with some gator boots, and a chinchilla coat, because you got that adaptability. See, when you drop a sheltered child off in the middle of the hood, boop, let's see how long they can adapt, or how long it takes for them to adapt. It's probably gonna take very long, and they probably won't ever. Make sense, y'all? So your adaptability skills are impeccable. Understand that, and that makes you dangerous. All right, that makes you dangerous. That's why when you have receivers or backs or just players, period, who can play both sides of the field, that's why they are so dangerous, because they can play offense and defense, right? They can multitask. They can do multiple things, okay? That's why they're so dangerous. Travis Hunter, that's why he's so dangerous on the field. He can play offense and defense, right? Number 5, y'all, you are a smooth operator. You are a smooth operator. Right, I'm going to speak to the ladies on this one. Ladies, what is more appealing to you? A smooth liar or a rough truther, right? A smooth liar or a rough truther, meaning the dude who talk to you and you know he telling you lies. You know he telling you lies, but you're like, child, it just sound good. But then you got the one who rough, but he telling you the truth. You need to put makeup on. You need to change your outfit. You need to do this. Which one would you like, ladies? Drop in the comments and let me know. A rough truther or a smooth operator? Yeah, you want that smooth. I'm sorry, y'all. A rough truther or a smooth liar? You want you a smooth liar. I'm just going to be honest. Now, to keep it all the way a buck, I'm sure that's not what you want to get married to. But I'm saying in terms of what would you prefer for the moment, right? A person who can tell you a lie, make it sound fly. You know you 300, 400 pounds, but he say, baby girl, you sound like you look like you 150. What you talking about, right? You know you need to do something to your head, but he said, baby, you listen, them book shots in the back of your head, I love it, right? It just sounds good. It sounds nice, right? So when you are a smooth operator, you have to understand something. You're not moving like the average man or woman out here. Okay, you got a mystery about yourself. Okay, you got game. You know how to move. You peep game. You are a smooth operator. And what people dislike about smooth operators is that they never know what they're thinking in their mind. They never know what moves they're going to make next. They never know because you're so smooth, right? A person who's not smooth, they stumbling all over the place, fumbling over their words. No, not with you. You smooth, and that makes you dangerous. You have the ability to negotiate. You have the ability to move efficiently. You have the ability to code switch, right? You have the ability to do so many different things because you're smooth, and that's gonna always keep you in rooms that are powerful, dangerous. Always gonna keep you in rooms that can change the world effectively. All right, so that's the point, y'all. This is why you are more dangerous than what you think, all right? Listen, family, y'all already know how we do. As we conclude this video, y'all make sure y'all go check out one of these Yes Sir t-shirts, Yes Sir hoodies, okay? Book a one-on-one session with your boy. Check out any one of these books, family. I'm telling y'all. But more importantly, y'all make sure y'all go over to the Rich Mentality Academy, all right? Go to the Rich Mentality Academy. Join today, y'all. Go meet your tribe, all right? I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace.